What's going on, everyone? It's me, Chris Hernandez, and we're back with another episode of
Should Your Kids Play?
And today, we're talking about Cave Story Plus. This is one of those really retro looking games, which gives it this aesthetic that makes it look really cool, because we don't see many of these games being produced like this. But Cave Story Plus is a 2D platformer shooter where you play as a character who has awoken in a strange world and have suddenly found yourself charged with figuring out who you are, where you are, and how to protect the defenseless people in this strange world. Gameplay is somewhat challenging at times, as a story can call for you to do some back and forth tracking to either find items or NPCs that you need to talk to in order to advance the story and move further within the storyline. A really interesting aspect of the game is fighting. Fighting is really fast-paced, and you can easily become overwhelmed with the amount of enemies in some areas. Enemies also advance in combat techniques as you move throughout the game. I remember early on I fought these slime-like enemies that would just jump at you, but a few minutes or like next area, they began flying and slamming down on the ground. Every area is super unique and has different types of enemies as well, and the range of enemies goes from everything from things like robots to insects to giant angry bunnies, all of that stuff. It's kind of a really crazy game and has a really unique storyline that we haven't seen in old time kind of platformer retro games. Now, what's the replay value on this one? Cave Story can be beaten in around 7 to 10 hours, making it a really short game. Leisure gamers could actually spend up to 16 hours on one playthrough, but there are 6 different game endings to this one. So this may actually increase replay value and may want someone to play the game more than one time, up to 6 times, in order to see every single different ending. Now, is there a social component? Cave Story Plus is a single player game, so there is no social component to this game. Now, what about the cost? How much is this going to cost you? Cave Story Plus is available for both Windows and Linux PCs, as well as Nintendo Switch. For Windows and Linux, you can grab a copy of Cave Story Plus for $14.99 on the Steam store, and I believe you can also catch it on the Epic Game Store as well. You can also grab a copy of Cave Story Plus for Nintendo Switch for $29.99. Other than that, I believe Cave Story Plus is available on older platforms like Nintendo DS. However, not many people may have any of those anymore. Now, what's my final rating? What's the approval? I'm gonna say this game is appropriate for players 8 and up. There are no advanced concepts or really inappropriate content. Just a hero trying to save the innocent residents of some really strange world that has a super strange storyline. There may be a little mild language involved, but that doesn't really matter depending on who you are and what you're okay with your kids hearing, or rather reading. Well, that's it for this one. Got another short one on our hands. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you want early access to content, drop down in the description. Go to my Patreon. Subscribe to any of the tiers that you want, and you get hours early to days early access to content before it comes out on YouTube or even the podcast and stuff like that. Speaking of the podcast, in the description, 2 new episodes just released. Be sure to check that out, subscribe, have more content planned for over there as well. Most important, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop in the comments. Tell me what game you want to see next, and I will see you all next time.